For our next talk, we have Sophie. Are you there in the crowd? Hi. She's giving a talk about breaking bad habits. It's not about the series, right?
Breaking bad habits.
Yeah. Thank you for laughing.
Like this? Okay.
Coming.
Okay, completely different story this time. Let's talk about habits. So, New Year's resolutions. Does any of this sound a little bit familiar? Like, I know definitely one you know what I did before this talk, right? No, but one of those is very important for me, or I had a big problem with that. Like when I grew up, my sister and me always had a big box filled with sweets and chocolate. So it was very easy over those years to constantly develop that habit of going to the box and snacking away. And suddenly when those happy teenager years of high metabolism were over, I just started to gain a little bit of weight and I just felt very bad. So I need to break that habit. Yeah, that was the sweets. Next thing. Let's have a look at habits first. So, something that you do often and regularly, sometimes without knowing that you're doing it. So, thanks Cambridge Dictionary, there's something very important here. And that's when we're not even aware we're doing something. How can we even break that? So the first step at all is just to focus on our attention on what we're doing actually. And okay. So my first step was developing an anti-habit plan. So whenever you find yourself craving for the sweet or doing something you don't want to do, that anti-habit plan kicks in. So actually mine worked a little bit like that. First I'm doing anything productive, working, studying something, and then that craving started to kick in. So instead of getting up and going to the box of chocolate, I decided to do 10 push-ups to break that. And actually, the next time I went there, it really worked like that. I stood up, I really stood up, I did feel the craving, I did those 10 push-ups, and then I had those nice sweets. So something is wrong with that cycle, something is not important. And now, here's the very important part. This one, that's my work, that's my anti-habit plan, that's my action. But where does that come from? The craving. That's actually, and this is the biggest secret, it's not random. Like whenever our body needs something or we crave something, we want something, we don't do that just out of reason. So to break a habit, the most important thing is to understand it first. And then now actually we focus that attention not only on noticing that we're doing it, but one step before, what happens before we do that bad habit. And now the cycle looks very, very different. Now, before I started that craving, I just look at myself and see, okay, what's happening with me? And then all of that started to show. And actually, this one is it's fake. But now that you found out why you're doing that, it becomes so much more easier to break that habit. So the next time you find yourself doing something you don't want to, or you kind of to quit, then just the first step, break that cycle, and that means, okay, first stand up, take some deep breaths, or just do some push-ups, whatever you want to do, just to break that up, and then give yourself time to think, why am I doing what I'm doing? And now, when you ask yourself that question, it will become so easy to break those habits. So I hope that was helpful.
Yeah, I've got a question. You said that understanding the habit or why you're doing that is very important. And normally I would go, I just want your opinion. Now you understand it, you say it's getting more easy, but it's not about understanding it. If you discover that it's frustration, then you discover that to kill this bad habit is maybe stopping frustration. so that you should begin like maybe changing something in your life that is way more important to stop breaking these bad habits. That might be feeling more fulfilling with your life, or stopping to be frustrated about something.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, it could be that you have a boyfriend or girlfriend that is making you frustrated or something, and you break up. No, really, really. You know, you go to the root of the problem. It
It's the root of problem.
Oh no, maybe. Or maybe. Yeah.
But I know what you mean. Like, and the first of all, when you're working and you feel frustration, it's always like that. You do something, and if you don't know why you're doing it, perhaps it's really a bad person in your life, perhaps it's some homework you don't really need to do, then you should really ask yourself, okay, why I'm doing that in the first place.
Exactly.
And then usually your brain falls back to those bad habits because you feel those bad emotions, and then you just want some quick relief from that, right? But if you're doing something bad in the beginning, then first ask yourself what I'm doing with my life, and then break those habits which give you the quick relief, which stop you from really doing what you really want to. But that was a nice question. Yeah.
I think bad habits have to do a lot with the energetic, like the energy level basically. If you're tired, there are, for example, during winter time, I mean, we all know how it is to just stay in our bed, cozy and all, and outside it's raining, and feelings are basically the reflection of whether you're doing something good or bad. And to break through to that, you have to change. Maybe you have to take vacation, go, I don't know, to Malle, Mallorca, whatever. tank some sun. I don't think you can say that in English, but yeah, sometimes you just really have to be like a little bit extreme in order to change or break a habit and get your energy level up, because that's how it works. In my opinion.
That's very true. And the first, and actually you mentioned the most important part, you notice that the thing you need is not that bad habit, but you needed that break. And as soon as you notice that, then perhaps you give yourself a vacation. But if you don't even know you're tired, you're doing this just because you're tired, not because you really want to eat cake, then you will eat cake. So that's a very, very important point. Noticing and then giving yourself a vacation. It's nice. Thank you. I think he was first.
So, how long has it been since you've eaten sweets?
Nice. So today I ate 2 pickups before this talk. like the thing is, I really developed that habit over a lot of years. Like growing up, it was 20 years of eating stuff, a lot. So I still fall back to that a lot of times. But it was, and so before that, it was like, and one day it was at least like 8 times, just go, eat some snacks. And now just per week, perhaps once or twice. And then I notice, and then perhaps it's push-ups, perhaps not. And then it really helps. But you will always fall back because it kind of shapes who the person you are before. So it will take a few steps, but for me it worked. Yeah. Yeah.
Me?
Yes, you.
Ah, right. So what happened in your life that you decided to do this? Not to do this talk, but to do this.
Breaking habits.
It's like Gewohnheits, to break your habits. What happened in your life that really changed your way of living?
I think it's the human need for constant self-development. Like if you always stay the person you are, then you're not very happy, or at least I'm not very happy.
Did something specific happen in your life? Maybe it's often happens.
I know since I was 14 I wanted to change a lot. And then I wanted to find something, like something big, like a first vacation or something, to go there and then change everything. But this is not how things work. So all those things are small habits which I wasn't happy with myself, which most focus on my personality, like being too shy or something like that, like shying habits. And those were just breaking up bit by bit. But where it came from, I think it's just a human need for self-development. Like, it's just normal. Yeah. Thank you. Okay.
Right. So I have a question. I mean, it's for everyone actually. So I see that you're talking about anti-habit, and you can do that when you recognize something that is a bad habit. But what about things that you're doing unconsciously or subconsciously, right? For example, craving you can recognize. But for example, if I actually have a bad habit of biting my nails, but I don't recognize when I do that.
I think there's some yeah, that's really quick. Perhaps you can do a lock screen. Don't bite your nails whenever you go to your phone, which you I guess do. Or a screensaver. Don't bite your nails. Or somebody just noted.
Looking at the phone is also, by the way, subconscious.
When you're looking at your phone. Plot twist.
That's nice. That's true. Yeah, but I think that there are many things to help. That you can ask a person to help ask himself, and then just do a lot of self-reflection. But I think we're out of time. I really would like that.
Unfortunately, we're out of time, but thank you, Sophie. Thank you very much.